Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the market. We're going to look at some of the high flyers, Tesla, BYND, and Shack. Over the last few days, they've provided great opportunity. Some of them more thinly traded than others, and we have some nice setups. Good day trading names, tons of volatility every single day. I've talked in recent videos how Tesla's been my horse of 2020, and I've just been trading it almost every single day because of that volatility. So in Tesla's example, it does look like a temporary top may be hit. Reason being, volume climax, bearish reversal candlestick. So from there, I want to zoom in and see, have we lost the hourly uptrend? If you turn extended hours on, you could say, for me personally, this is not losing the hourly uptrend. We did set a pre-market level. Actually, that was right after the bell rang. So we broke that low of the day, 561.25, just barely. And if we're going to see a clear momentum shift for me, it's going to be in the form of an hourly lower high and then a lower low. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a higher open tomorrow. I would be surprised if the bulls were able to break 594.50 resistance, because I think the most likely scenario from here is an hourly lower high. The bigger the bounce, the more the odds will favor the bulls. If they go all the way to 590, they have a lot of space for an hourly higher low from there. If they only bounce to 580, it's much easier to see that lower low. So I have had a bullish mindset in my short-term trading of Tesla recently. If we confirm an hourly downtrend, I will flip that and have a short-term bearish mindset while we look for a daily higher low to form compared to 492.17. We also have earnings that are now 4 trading days, maybe 5 trading days away. They're actually next Wednesday. Have to keep in mind that the psychology of a major bull run into earnings, and I've seen this play out many times, is bulls look to lock in profit because earnings reaction will be a coin flip, and bears look to get in and say, hey, we've been running extremely crazy. Earnings aren't going to be that much. I think it's going to be a sell the news event. So if we were to see continued strength for another few days, I would still be watching for a potential opportunity to short it early next week. You're only going to let's try that again. You're only going to want to be shorting Tesla if you have a good bit of experience doing so, because obviously it's counter trend. If you are a newer trader and you want to be patient, just wait for a daily higher low. We would have to see a very significant drop to break 492 at this point. Daily exponential support will also be a bit of a visual guide. The trades that I took on Tesla today, I entered bullish a couple of times. First time I entered bullish was the 2-minute time frame. This significant of a pullback, looking for a 5-minute higher low for the first real consolidation of the morning. That was a nice 5-minute higher low to be looking at. And then I also got the end of the day, just a quick little bounce when we saw the 2-minute flush down to 575. I made an initial entry in the 577s. Filled one more at 575. I would have put my stop under 570 at that point. But why I liked that spot for this bounce was because of the straight waterfall effect of the 2-minute time frame. Look at the 2-minute RSI. It got down into the teens, and that was the first time today that we had gotten oversold. So ended up scaling out a little bit at 578 and a little bit at 580, and then I went back to all cash and left the computer. And didn't expect the bears to keep up that much follow-through, but bottom line is bearish reversal candlestick, and we'll see how it plays out. BYND, double top, very clear resistance level. If we see a bear break tomorrow of 119.01, I would be watching for the potential of hourly oversold conditions to indicate the higher low being set. Look at the last move to 135. Hourly oversold right as we touched it, just above it. That marked the low. Now we're hitting this resistance, and it's a double top. If we see a break of the low of today tomorrow, that hourly RSI is not going to be too far away from oversold conditions. And if we see the bulls tomorrow morning come out swinging and potentially change this hourly trend first thing, if that were to be able to happen, then we'd have a cup and handle scenario. Could this be a cup and handle pattern? Yes, but we can't see any meaningful follow through under 119 tomorrow morning, because at that point that handle is going to start to get too significant. We can pull back, let's see, the 50% retracement from, we'll call it 104 to 134, is going to be 129 or so. Let's see, that can't be right. 119 or so. So right there, that's pretty much my limit. Any more further pullback than that, and it can't be a cup and handle pattern, so the bulls would have to show up first thing tomorrow morning. And Shaq also peaking out. And by the way, I don't feel it is a coincidence that all three of these high flyers are giving us daily bearish reversal candlesticks at the same time. I think the people and the hedge funds that are actively trading these very aggressive bull names are doing so in tandem. I certainly know multiple traders that are bouncing between these names for their opportunity. But looking at the hourly chart for SHAK, still in an hourly uptrend. Low of today held 70.31. Not by a whole bunch, pretty much a double bottom. And again, just like Tesla, in my opinion, we would have to see a lower high and lower low for the bears to significantly shift the momentum in their favor. Bulls are going to hope to hold that double bottom first thing tomorrow morning. But if it breaks, daily consolidation underway to find a higher low. So pretty much all of these bearish reversal candlesticks have to break the low of today tomorrow to be on their way to confirming. And then most of these names are looking for daily higher lows on that consolidation. Market as a whole, new all-time high today for SPY. We did close with a little bit of weakness at the low of the day. You can see the hourly time frame changed its trend. Hourly higher low was set. Failed to break the high of the day. Dropped to a lower low with a bear volume spike. Hourly RSI is not oversold. And we're watching for a daily higher low. I personally still consider anything above 320.15 as a daily higher low. We haven't seen 2 red days in a row in something like 27 days, and I need multiple red days to set that daily higher low and be a clear pivot point. So daily 12 period exponential support, the hourly RSI hitting oversold at that daily level is when I'd be scouting for the potential of a bounce. But otherwise, just cautiously tiptoeing along the ice. For me, it does feel like ice, walking on thin ice up at these levels to be bullish or entering any bullish positions. Certainly buy the dip has continued to play out, but I know I personally would be much more comfortable buying after a couple of days of consolidation at this point, and that may be where we are headed. Netflix had earnings yesterday, and Netflix did end up closing with a bit of weakness. And you can see this little tight pattern breaking bearish. If we were going to draw that very sloppy and quick, it would look something like that. And don't forget, big picture, monthly time frame, a multiple year equilibrium for Netflix. And as I've been saying, if we have not broken this monthly 386 resistance, which is now 12 to 14% away, if we're not doing it with the S&P 500 this strong, and we couldn't do it on a reaction to earnings, how are we going to get over this resistance level in the next month or two? Unless the S&P 500 keeps up this record, I don't even know if it's a record at this point, I assume so, but this incredible pace. So I am watching for a monthly lower high, and I would love to see Netflix give us this monthly equilibrium tightening up into end of the year, or at least midway point of the year. One more little higher low, get real tight, and then look for that break. I'm ranting. But going to the tech sector, that's where the segue is. So the tech sector, same thing as SPY. Every day we're getting these all-time highs and no clear consolidation. The last clear daily higher low for me is down at 212.24. So we're just looking for a new one to form. A little bit of weakness at the end of the day. And we'll see if that weakness carries over tomorrow. Again, haven't seen bears put anything meaningful multiple days in a row together in a long time. IWM. Looks like this chart is not updated. So IWM. Daily, pretty much a daily inside bar today. We did break the low of yesterday, but only by 9 pennies. And the bulls are going to have to change this trend. We ended with, again, weakness. All these sectors seeing weakness, all these markets. Lower high, lower low. And we have to see an hourly trend change for a daily higher low to be established as the bulls are trying to level out here. XLV. So daily time frame today, a new all-time high. If we see a bear break of the low of today, daily consolidation is underway, and anything above 101.95 is a daily higher low. XLF. Also not updating. Daily inside bar, very tight range. Again, all I care about is the all-time high and the two support levels, 30.57 and 30.46. Now, Netflix was an earnings reaction as to why we saw a most recent bear break, but keeping an eye on a fairly similar setup, which some would call a rising wedge. which is why I've had my eyes so closely on XLF the last 2 weeks, and I will continue to do so. XBI. So XBI broke the low, but no real follow-through. Still looking for the daily higher low compared to 92.08, but we need the hourly trend change. And just like most names in the market, we had end-of-day weakness with an hourly lower high and lower low. The VIX today with a green day and a strong close. And again, if we get over these 1330 and 1380 resistances, I will consider the weekly higher low set in this tightening range. And I will then watch for the potential of a lower high compared to 1640. Tighter this weekly chart gets, the more interest the volatility sector traders have. Gold on the daily time frame today, still grinding this daily 12-period exponential support inside bar today. If we get over 1569, bulls have confidence to continue slowly grinding back up to the recent high, but keeping an eye out for the potential. Just a different time frame here to smooth it out. 3-day chart, I would not be surprised to be watching for a tightening 3-day range because that resistance is still a good bit away. We're talking $50+ still at this point. And this nice visual guide keeping the bulls confident for now over this exponential support. Silver, also a daily inside bar. Bear breaks with no follow-through. Still looking for the weekly higher low. And keeping an eye on gold as a guide, because we know if silver is a little bit weaker than gold already, if gold's going to drop down and break bearish, silver is not positioned very well as a bull to absorb any weakness that might come from that correlation. NUGT broke the high of yesterday, but no real follow-through. And again, I'm keeping an eye out for the potential. If gold is going to give us that 3-day lower high that I just showed, that means that the bull miners are likely going to do the same. And right now, to get a bull break, NUGT needs another 10+%, more than that. And I think the odds will favor a lower high unless there's some kind of catalyst to lead to significant market pullback and significant metal bull moves. We've got the inventory reports for both oil and natural gas tomorrow due to the holiday shortened week. 59.61 was our daily lower high, and we're dropping down notably to lower lows on oil. The daily RSI is almost oversold. The 4-hour RSI is oversold because we are still in a weekly uptrend technically, with anything above 54.87 keeping that the case. I personally will be interested if the daily RSI gets oversold with the 4-hour at the same time. So another red day tomorrow, I'd start to be interested, and that is because we still have a decent amount of space above this support, and we've already dumped so significantly the past few weeks. So not interested yet, but getting close. Natural gas, multiple daily inside bars, continues to tighten, and looking for a break tomorrow in the inventory report reaction. 4-hour exponential resistance has rejected the last 3 bounce attempts, but we're still grinding it right now. And if we can break 195.6, we'll have some short-term bull momentum heading into the inventory report, but it is entirely possible we don't see a whole lot of volatility until we get that reaction. So that's where we stand in the market as a whole. Again, slight shift at the end of the day, watching to see if we can keep the hourly downtrend for bears to see multiple days of consolidation, and watching to see if all of these high flyers are going to break their low of today and start to look for their daily consolidation as well. Hope you had a good day out there. Check back in, maybe not tomorrow, traveling most of tomorrow. I'll see. Otherwise, I will see you this weekend.